Okay, so this is the continuation of your CLJ4 Part 5, the crimes against person under Title 8 of the Revised Penal Code Book 2. Okay, so we are already done discussing murder, homicide. Okay, uh, now let's proceed with Section 2, infanticide and abortion. Okay. So, first, Article 255, no? Infanticide. Okay. We have already tackled this na kapag crime ng infanticide yan, so, as distinguished from Article 246 and Article 248, no? Uh, Dito po, ang victim, no, is any child less than 3 days of age. Okay? So, yan po, yung victim natin dito is child less than 3 days of age. No? So, minsan ginagamit na terms dyan pagdating sa exam, hindi 3 days, no? Kundi less than 72 hours, less than 72 hours. Okay? And sino ang liable? Who are persons liable? Who are liable? Okay. So dito, ang liable dito, mas maliwanag naman sabi ng batas. Okay. Means any person. Okay. Sino ang liable? Any person daw. Any person. Kahit na yan ay parents, okay, or other person. Okay? And sino ang victim? No? Who is the victim? Okay, ang victim natin dyan is any child, no, less than 3 days old or less than 72 hours. Okay? So, infanticide. Napakasimple lang niyang infanticide. Okay? So, the killing by any person of any child less than 3 days of age. No? So, killing by any person against any child less than 72 hours or less than 3 days of age. Okay. So, dito tayo sa intentional abortion. Okay. So, sabi sa Article 256, any person daw. Okay, any person. So, kung sinabing any person, kahit na sinong tao yan, mapamagulang or other person, kahit hindi relative. Diba? Who shall intentionally cause an abortion. Okay. So, merong word dito na intentionally cause an abortion. Okay. So, meaning, guys, now meaning, dito sa intentionally cause an abortion, okay, the offender knew, or the offender knew that, no, that a woman is pregnant. Okay? So, yan yung ibig sabihin yan, intentionally cause an abortion, no? Sabihin, the offender, no, alam niya na buntis yung victim, no, that the woman is pregnant. Okay? So, otherwise, kapag hindi niya alam na yung woman or the victim is pregnant, hindi yan intentional abortion. Papasok yan doon sa unintentional abortion. Okay? Kasi guys, there are instances kung saan, no, yung woman na pregnant, hindi mo makikita physically na buntis siya, no? Katulad ng 1 month pregnant pa lang, di ba? O kaya 2 months pregnant, hindi pa halatado na buntis sila. Okay? So, kapag alam ng offender na buntis yung victim, okay, and he intentionally or he uses violence, no, against a woman that is pregnant, and then it causes, no, it causes death, no, to the fetus inside the mother's womb, okay, or puwersahang nailabas yung bata, no, because of that violence, then that is intentional abortion. Okay? So, yan yung tatandaan nyo. mag-unintentional abortion and the offender inflicts violence doon sa pregnant women at hindi alam ng offender na buntis yung pregnant woman na yan and it causes abortion, okay, wala pong intentional abortion doon. Okay, papasok yun doon sa unintentional abortion. Okay, did you get the point? Okay, so yan yung difference nilang dalawa. Okay, sa intentional abortion, the offender knew that the woman is pregnant, while in an unintentional abortion, the offender may not know that the woman is pregnant. Okay? Pwedeng hindi niya alam na buntis yung pregnant women. Okay? So isa-isahin natin yung elements. Sa intentional abortion, no, sabi diyan, no, any person who shall intentionally cause an abortion, okay, meaning the offender knew that the woman is pregnant, shall suffer. Okay, so letter A, penalty of reclusion temporal if he shall use any violence, okay, upon the person of the pregnant woman. Okay, so dito, he uses violence. Pag sinabi po nating violence dito guys, no, violence, it is, no, a direct, okay, it is a direct or actual physical force. Actual physical force. Okay? So, now, kapag yung offender, tinutukan niya ng barel yung pregnant women. Okay? At sinabi ni offender, oy, paparilin kita. Okay. Natakot yung pregnant women. Okay? Dahil dun sa takot niya, okay, puwersahan, nailabas niya yung fetus doon sa kanyang tiyan, no? In short, nalaglag yung bata. Okay, di ba yun yung term nila eh, nalaglagan ng fetus. Okay, because of that threat or intimidation. Okay, doon walang intentional abortion. Bakit? Kasi walang use of violence. Nakuha? Okay, kasi pag sinabing violence under the revised penal code, no? And under the book of the book of Justice Luis B. Reyes, no? Sabi diyan, if the violence is defined as the direct or actual physical force, okay, the mere threat or intimidation, no, is not equivalent to violence. Okay? So, kung tinutukan ng baril, tapos nalaglag yung fetus doon sa pregnant women, then there is no intentional abortion. Okay? So, kailangan, para maging intentional abortion yan, there must be the use of violence. Any violence. For example, sinakal yung pregnant women. Okay? Dahil doon sa pagsakal na yon, no, nalaglag yung bata or namatay sa loob, no, ng mother's womb, or puwersahang nailabas yung bata, okay, at namatay. Okay, pwede ring sinipa, tinadyakan, di ba? Kahit sa ang parte ng katawan ng pregnant women. Okay? Yan, shall use any violence upon the person of the pregnant women. Okay? So dito walang sinabi kung saang parte ng katawan, di ba? So, use any violence upon the person. So, ibig sabihin, sa kahit na anong parte ng katawan, basta there is the direct or actual physical force. Okay. Second, okay, medyo mababa ang penalty niya. Penalty of lesion major if without using violence, no? So dito sa first scenario, okay, any violence. Dito naman using or without using violence. Okay, pero he shall act without the consent of the woman. Okay, he shall act without the consent of the woman. Okay, so dito ang liable dito, no, other person. Okay, liable is other person. Okay, liable is other person, hindi yung mismong pregnant women. Okay, he shall act without the consent of the woman. Okay? For example, itong yung live-in partner. Okay? Live-in partner. Nalaman niya yung partner niya is buntis. Ayaw niya pa ng responsibilidad. Okay? So, ginawa niya, bumili siya sa Quiapo ng pampalaglag. Pero without the knowledge, no? Or without the consent ng pregnant woman, nilagay niya sa pagkain. Okay? So, kunwari, pinainom kunwari ng tsaa. Yun pala, ano ba yun? Cytotec. Okay? Yung pala cytotec, yung pinainom ng tsaa, akala ng buntis, tsaa yun. Okay? Tapos nalaglag. Okay? Namatay yung bata. No? Yan. So, yan yun, without using violence. He shall act without the consent of the woman. Okay? Next. The penalty of prison correctional in its medium or maximum periods if the woman shall have consented. Okay, so ito vice versa. Okay, anong pinagkaiba nila? Kung dito sa letter B, ang liable is other person. Dito naman sa letter C, no? The person liable no, is the pregnant woman. Okay? Pregnant woman. Okay? Yan yung difference nila. Okay? Kumari, nag-decide silang dalawa na na ilaglag, no, yung bata. Okay? So, they both decided to, to, to acquire cytotec. Okay? Then, they may be held liable, diba? For intentional abortion. Pasok sila doon sa paragraph B and paragraph C. Okay. Okay. So, now guys, ano ang difference between an infanticide and an intentional abortion or infanticide versus abortion? Okay. Yan. So, let's discuss the difference na. Okay. Infanticide. Infanticide, no, versus abortion. Okay. So, dito guys, no, sa infanticide, okay, take note that in infanticide, no, uh, the child, the child, no, the child is less than 3 days old. Okay? So, meaning guys, no, meaning the child is, no, the child is viable. Okay? The child is viable, no? Ibig sabihin, kaya niya nang mamuhay independently. No? Have the ability to live independently. Okay? So, the child is viable. May ability na to live independently. So, kahit na wala yung nanay niya, okay? Iwan mo lang muna dyan, di ba? Mabubuhay yan independently, di ba? Okay? So, kahit ihiwalay mo yan sa nanay, kunwari, ipaalaga mo sa ibang tao, okay? Mabubuhay yan. Hindi katulad sa abortion, okay? Sa crime of abortion, okay? So dito, the child is not viable, no? The child, no, or hindi pa natin masasabing child that the fetus, no, the fetus is not viable. Okay, meaning the fetus, no, the fetus cannot live without her mother. Okay, hindi pa natin masasabing her, 'di ba? Kasi hindi pa siya tao without its mother. Okay? Yan. So sir, bakit natin tinawag na it? Di ba ang it sa mga bagay lang? Okay? Kasi guys, sa Article 41 ng Civil Code, okay? Sabi doon, para daw maka-acquire ng civil personality ang isang bata, kailangan, okay, the child is viable. Okay? The child is viable. Okay, yan. For example, 9 months na yung tiyan, di ba? 9 months na yung tiyan nung nanay. Okay? Tapos, nailabas na. Okay? Nag-ano na siya, nag-labor, naputol na yung umbilical cord. Okay? So, once naputol yung umbilical cord, the child already acquires civil personality. Okay? Mamumuhay na siya. Kaya niya nang mamuhay na kahit na i-separate mo siya sa parents niya, doon sa nanay niya. Okay? Kasi meron na rin siyang sariling pagkatao. Okay? So, pwede mo na siyang sabihin he or she. Okay? Pero, kapag ang fetus is not viable, okay? Yan. Meaning, hindi pa niya kayang mamuhay and wala pa siyang civil personality. No civil personality. Wala pa siyang sariling personalidad. Hindi pa siya tao. Hindi pa siya tuluyang tao. Okay? Yan. So, for example, 9 months na yung tiyan nung babae. Okay? Nag-labor na. Hindi pa napuputol yung umbilical cord. Okay? So kapag hindi pa napuputol ang umbilical cord, that fetus or that child is not yet viable. Okay? So hindi mo pwedeng ihiwalay sa magulang yan. Hindi pa makakapamuhay ng independently yan kapag wala yung nanay. Kasi syempre, nandun pa yung umbilical cord. Di ba? Wala pa siyang civil personality kapag hindi pa napuputol yung umbilical cord. Maliwanag? Okay, pero pag naputol na yung umbilical cord, then the child is considered a born child. Meron na siyang sariling personality. Okay? Kaya kapag yung nanay, 9 months yung tiyan, nag-labor, naputol yung umbilical cord, pinatay yung child, then that is infanticide kasi less than 3 days old. Pero, kapag kayong mother, kay 9 months yung tiyan, lumabas yung bata, hindi pa napuputol ang umbilical cord at pinatay yung bata, okay? Then that is abortion. Okay? Nakuha? Kasi hindi pa napuputol yung umbilical cord. Okay. Now, paano kung merong intrauterine life of 7 months? Kunwari, less than 7 months pa yung tiyan ng nanay. Okay? Lumabas yung bata. Okay, pero ito yan less than 7 months. Okay, dahil sa stress na ilabas yung bata. Pag hindi pa na, ganun pa rin yun guys Okay, pag naputol na yung umbilical cord, okay, at pinatay yung bata, that is infanticide. Okay? Pero kung nakakabit pa yung umbilical cord at pinatay yung bata, okay, that is abortion. Okay? Yan. So, yan yung infanticide versus abortion. Yung issue of viability. Okay? Viability or being viable. Okay? Ano ba yung viable, sir? Having the ability to live independently or separately from his or her mother. Separately from his or her mother. Okay? Sa abortion naman, the fetus is not viable. The fetus cannot live without its mother. Okay? Yeah, yan yung infanticide versus abortion. Now, punta tayo rito sa Article 257. Unintentional abortion. Okay? So, mas mababa ang penalty nito, no? Kasi, yan. Kasi dito, may violence na ginawa pero unintentionally. Okay? Unintentionally. Wala kang intention. Okay? Na makapag-cause ng abortion. Okay? Kasi the person may not know that the mother or that the female individual is pregnant. Okay? Yan yung sa Article 257. Okay? Now, isa-isahin natin yung elements niya. Okay? Elements. Okay. So, syempre, nandiyan yung that there is a pregnant woman. Okay? and that violence, no, may violence pa rin. Violence is used upon such pregnant, okay, without intending, no, without intending, okay, an abortion. An abortion. Okay? That the violence, sabi diyan, is intentionally exerted. Intentionally exerted. Okay, then that as a result, sabi diyan, the result of the violence, okay, the fetus died. The fetus died, no, either in the womb or nasa loob pa ng sinapupunan or after having been expelled. Okay? Or nung pagkatapos na ilabas doon sa sinapupunan. Okay? So, yan yung mga elements of unintentional abortion. For example, si A at si B. No? Si B, no? Siya yung babaeng pregnant, 1 month pa lang yung 1 month pa lang siyang pregnant. Okay? Nag-aaway sila. Okay? Sinampal-sampal nitong ni A, itong si B, without knowing that B is pregnant. Okay? So, tapos namatay sa loob yung fetus. Okay? Pasok ba siya sa unintentional abortion? The answer is yes. Because there is a pregnant woman. Kahit na hindi alam nung offender na pregnant yan. That violence is used upon such pregnant, no, without intending an abortion. Okay? Wala namang intensyon na mag-cause ng abortion kasi at the first place, hindi niya pa alam na buntis yung babae. Pero may violence. Okay? That the violence is intentionally exerted. No? So, intention na saktan physically ng offender yung pregnant woman. Okay? And as a result of that violence, the fetus died. Either in the womb or after being expelled therefrom. Okay? Yan ang unintentional abortion. Okay? Ngayon, let's say for example, alam na ng offender na buntis yung babae. No? Alam ng offender na buntis. Okay, yung babae. Tapos, ang intention niya lang, saktan. Di ba? Kunwari, sinampal-sampal. Okay? Pero wala naman siyang intention to cause an abortion. No? Pero as a result of that violence, no, the fetus died. Okay? As differentiated from intentional abortion. Sa intentional abortion kasi, no, you have an intention, no? May intention ka na patayin din, no, yung fetus, 'di ba, dun sa loob ng tiyan. Okay? Yan. Pero kung ikaw naman ay no, pero sabihin natin ganito ang scenario. Okay? Si A, okay, at si B. Okay? Si B ay 8 months pregnant. Tapos pinagsisipa ilang beses yung tiyan. Okay? Tapos sinabi niyang defense, teka lang, wala akong intention na patayin yan, na mag-cause ng abortion. Okay? Dapat unintentional lang ako. Okay? Pero yung manner, okay, manner of kicking, okay, that pregnant woman, okay, tapos doon pa mismo sa tiyan niya, okay, ikaw ba naman, sa tingin mo, hindi malalaglag yun, hindi makaka-apekto sa bata. Okay? You cannot say, no, as a defense, okay, that you did it, no, you do not have intent, no, to cause an abortion. Yung pagsipa mo pa lang sa tiyan, na napakalaki na yung tiyan, 8 months na. Okay? So, hindi siya magpo-fall ng unintentional, pero magpo-fall siya doon sa mas mataas. Okay? Intentional abortion. Okay? Intentional abortion. Doon ka sa reclusion temporal. Okay? So, next. Dito tayo, abortion practiced by woman herself or by her parents. Okay? So, dito, ang offender natin dito is yung pregnant women itself. Okay? So, sino ang offender natin dito? Okay. Yeah. Dito, the offenders. Okay. So the offender may be, okay, the pregnant, okay, pregnant woman herself, okay, or, lagyan natin ng or, okay, or her parents, okay, yung parents niya. Okay? So, paano ba ginagawa yung Article 258? So, the prescription correctional in its medium and maximum period shall be imposed upon a woman, okay, who shall practice an abortion upon herself or shall consent that any other person should do so. Okay? Now, dito sa Article 258, first paragraph, ang liable lang dito guys, is the women, okay, who shall practice an abortion. Yan ang impose upon a women, okay, pregnant. Siya mismo yung yung gustong ma-abort, di ba? Mamatay yung fetus na nasa loob ng kanyang sinapupunan. Okay? Yan. So, yan isa siya, no? Shall practice an abortion upon herself. Dun sa sarili niya mismo. Upon herself. Okay? Or, pwede rin shall consent that any other person should do so. Okay? So, kunwari, inutos niya, okay, baka pwede mong gawin to para malaglag yung anak ko. Okay? Sige, pinapayagan siya. Okay? Yung inutusan niya na gawin yung paglaglag, that is not liable. Hindi magiging liable yung tao na yon. Okay? Kasi may consent. Okay? Yan. Ang liable lang dito is upon a woman that is pregnant. Okay? Herself. Okay? Sa sarili niya ginawa yung abortion. Okay? Next. Any woman who shall commit this offense to conceal her dishonor. Okay? So, para maitago niya yung kahihiyan, di ba? To conceal her dishonor. Okay? So, minabuti niya palaglag yung kanyang anak. Okay? Ayan. So, kapag ka merong concealment of dishonor, okay, concealment of dishonor, okay, tatandaan yung mitigating circumstance yan. Okay, mitigating. Okay, it has an effect of mitigating circumstance. Magiging mababa lang yung kanyang penalty. Okay? Magiging mitigating circumstance. Okay. Pero, liable pa rin siya for intentional or abortion practiced by the woman herself under Article 258. Okay. So now, if this crime be committed by the parents of the pregnant woman, no, or either of them, and they act with the consent, may consent of said woman, no, for the purpose of concealing her dishonor, the offender shall suffer the penalty of prison correctional. Okay? So, yung magulang mismo ng pregnant woman, okay? So, ito na yung liable, yung parents ng pregnant women. Kung sila mismo, no, and they act with the consent of said woman for the purpose of concealing her dishonor, okay? So, pwede silang mapanagot din. Okay? Yan. Pero, if these parents of the pregnant woman, no, kung yung magulang mismo ng buntis, okay, without the consent, no, of the pregnant women, okay, pinainom nila ng pampalaglag, okay, para for the purpose of concealing the dishonor of their children. Okay, ang magiging liable lang dito is the parents of the pregnant women. Okay? Pero hindi siya dito sa hindi siya rito magpo-fall sa Article 258. Magpo-fall siya dito sa Article 256, intentional abortion. Okay? So dito yan, the penalty of lesion major if without using violence, he shall act without the consent of the woman. Okay. So, abortion practiced by women herself or by their parents. Next, Article 259, abortion practiced by a physician or midwife. Okay? And dispensing of abortives. So, dito meron tatlong tao na liable dito. Diba? So, sino yung mga taong liable? Persons liable. Okay, persons liable under Article 259. Okay, tatlo yan. Diba? Yung physician mismo. Okay, physician. Yung doktor na mayroong authority, no, na magreseta. Okay? Pangalawa, the midwife. Okay? So, ito yung mga ano, yung mga nagpapaanak, di ba? Midwife. Okay? And three are the pharmacist. Okay? Pharmacist. Okay? Sila yung nagdi-dispense, di ba? O yung nagbebenta ng gamot. Okay. So, kapag ka sa physician niyan, no, shall be imposed in the maximum period, okay, upon any physician or midwife. Okay, so dito, physician, doktor, no, na meron ding authority, okay, may authority to perform, no, labor of a pregnant woman, okay, or a midwife, okay, taking advantage of their scientific knowledge or skill. Okay? So meron silang kaalaman, no, na magpaanak, pero ginamit nila yung kakayahan na yan of scientific knowledge or skill to cause an abortion or assist in causing the same. Okay? Sila mismo, no, ginamit nila yung scientific knowledge or skill nila para mag-abort. Okay? Pero dapat gagamitin lang nila yung scientific knowledge nila or skill in order to preserve life. Okay? Pero kung they took advantage of their skill or knowledge to cause an abortion, then they will be liable, okay, of Article 259. Okay? Physician or midwife. Now, the third person liable, any pharmacist. Okay? So dito, yung pharmacist mismo, yung nagbebenta ng mga gamot sa mga drugstore. Okay? Sabi diyan, without the proper prescription from the physician. Okay? Nagbenta ka ng gamot. Okay? Kunwari, Cytotec pala yun. Wala namang reseta yung doktor. Okay? Dinispense mo. Shall dispense any abortive. Okay? So, they are liable for Article 259. Okay? So, yan yung abortion practice by a physician or midwife. Okay? So, tatandaan natin, pag physician or midwife, ginamit nila yung kaalaman nila sa pagpapaanak, okay, para mag-cause ng abortion. Doon naman sa pharmacist, okay, nagbenta or nag-dispense or naglabas ng gamot nang walang prescription ng isang physician. Okay? Article 259. Now, let's proceed with Section 3, duel. Okay? So, pag sinabi natin duel, guys, no? So, duel or duelo. Okay? Actually, wala pa akong siguro, yung mga lumang dati, no? Ng mga sinaunang panahon, puso yung duel eh. Di ba? Yan, yung magsaset sila ng combat. May either fist fight, di ba? Ngayon ang duelo is yung ang duelo ngayon is boxing, for example, boxing. Okay, pero yung mga sinaunang duelo, di ba? Yun yung may baril kayo, magsiset kayo ng condition, magkatalikuran muna kayo, tapos you are stepping forward 10 steps, no? Pagtungtong ng 10, tsaka kayo magkakaharapan at, di ba, magpuputukan, magbabarilan. Yun yung duel natin. Okay? Now, dito, sa Revised Penal Code, no? Matagal na rin kasi ito panahon pa ng Espanyol. Okay? Duel is punishable, held punishable. Okay? So when we speak of duel, it is a formal or regular combat. Combat, ibig sabihin may physical combat. Either gamit yung kamay, di ba? Paa, or any deadly weapon. Di ba? Kutsilyo pa rin. regular combat previously, okay, previously concerted, pinagplanuhan, okay, pinagkasunduan ng dalawang partido, okay, between two parties, between two parties. Yung two parties na yan, sila yung tinatawag na combatant. Okay, combatant. Okay, sila yung nasa duelo. Okay? Okay, mga combatant. Okay, two parties, in the presence. Ibig sabihin, mayroong witness na parang aawat sa kanila or magwi-witness ng duelo. Okay, in the witness, or in the presence of two or more seconds. Okay? Seconds, guys, yan yung mga witness, yung mga witnesses to a fight, di ba? Or to a duel. Okay, sila yung mga witnesses, okay, to a duel. So they are called, no? So they are called seconds. Okay? Pero dapat yung seconds na yan of lawful age. Okay? On each side. Okay? Pwedeng coach, di ba? Coach, kamag-anak, di ba? Or kahit sino. Okay? Basta makakapag-witness sila na doon sa duel. Okay? Who make the selection? Okay? To make the selection of arms, okay? And fix all the other conditions of the fight. Okay? Kumbaga sila yung magse-set ng itong mga seconds o yung mga witnesses to a duel. Sila yung magse-set ng mga kondisyon. Okay? Kung ano ba yung armas na gagamitin, no? Yan. Conditions, tsaka yung mga armaments na gagamitin sa duel. Yan yung definition ng duel, under the revised penal code. Okay, so now, what are the acts punishable? Okay, so under Article 260, the responsibility of participants in a duel, ito yung combatant. Penalty of reclusion temporal. So, kita nyo, ang laki ng penalty, reclusion temporal, shall be imposed upon any person. Okay, any person. So, kahit sino daw dun sa dalawang combatant. Okay, any person who shall kill his adversary in a duel. Who shall kill his adversary in a duel. So, kapag pinatay niya, ibig sabihin, there is an intent, there is an intent to kill the adversary. Okay? So, dito guys, kapag may intent to kill yan, tapos nasa duelo sila, okay, the penalty is katulad ng homicide, reclusion temporal. Pero, ang crime na na-commit ay hindi homicide, okay, kundi duel, Ito yan, responsibility of participants in a duel. Okay. Now, if what was being inflicted is not death, but physical injuries only. Okay? Kapag physical injuries lamang, he shall suffer the penalty provided therefore according to their nature. Okay? So, kung physical injuries lang ang nakomit nila, Article 260 pa rin yan. Responsibility of participants in a duel. Okay? Kapag physical injury, okay, depende kung ano yung nature ng physical injury, kung serious, di ba? Less serious, or slight physical injury. Yun ang penalty. Pero ang kaso pa rin ay Article 260. Okay? In any other case, the combatants shall suffer the penalty of arresto mayor. Okay? Although no physical injuries have been inflicted. Okay, so dito, duelo lang, walang physical injury. No physical injuries have been inflicted. Article 260 pa rin yan. Pero ang penalty mo mababa, arresto mayor. Okay? Now, ano naman ang liability ng seconds? Yan, seconds or yung yung witnesses, di ba? O yung facilitator sa duel. Okay, in all events shall be punished as accomplice. Okay, he shall be punished as an accomplice. Okay, next. Challenging to a duel. Ito, another crime, no? Under Article 261. Okay, sabi dito, okay, shall be imposed daw also against upon any person who shall challenge another. Okay, who shall challenge another. Okay, challenge another or incite another to give or accept a challenge to a duel. Okay, naghamon. Okay, or inciting another to give or accept a challenge. Okay, or shall scoff at or decry another publicly for having refused to accept a challenge to fight a duel. Okay? So, sabi dyan, any person who shall challenge another. Okay? For example, si A at si B. Okay, naghamon. Okay? Ano, duelo tayo, gusto mo. Okay? Or, okay, nag-set pa ng ng condition. O ito pag ang premyo pagka kung sino ang manalo sa ating dalawa sa duelo, okay? Merong 100,000. Okay. Inciting another. Kumaga parang pino-persuade mo yung isang tao, no, na i-accept ang challenge mo doon sa duel. Ay, sige, pag natalo mo ako, okay, bibigay ko yung lupain ko sa Batangas. Yung mga ganon, inciting another to give or accept a challenge to a duel. Okay? Or, pwede namang ganito, no? Yan. Kunwari, pinahiya ka. Wala ka pala eh. Takot ka pala eh. Di ba? Mga ganon, no? Yan, shall scoff at or decry another publicly for having refused to accept a challenge to fight a duel. Okay? So, yan po yung Article 261, no? Challenging to a duel. Okay, next. Let's proceed with Chapter 2, Physical Injuries. Okay. So, physical injuries, no, it has something to do uh, with uh, with the wounds, di ba? May wounds doon sa katawan ng tao, doon sa body of the victim. Okay? So, ang physical injuries na yan, it is caused by violence. Physical injuries, these are wounds. Wounds in the body. Okay? That is the result of a violence. Okay? Yan yung physical injury. Yan yung mga sugat sa katawan na natamo sa pamamagitan ng violence. And again, what is violence? This is an actual or direct physical physical act. Actual or direct physical act. Okay, now, Article 262, mutilation. Okay? So, pag sinabing mutilation, guys, pagputol sa katawan ng tao. Okay? Sa katawan, sa parts, no? Mutilation. Ano ba ang mutilation? It's mutilation. No? So, it is the, may definition ba rito? Okay. So, yan. Sabi dyan, no? Penalty shall be imposed upon any person who shall intentionally mutilate, no? Pagputol, okay? Lopping of the body parts. Lopping of the body parts. Okay? Mutilate, no? Lopping or yung pagputol, no? Lopping or cutting of the body parts of another by depriving him either totally or partially or some essential organ for reproduction. So, dito nahahati sa dalawang parts yan. Pag ang pinutol mo is yung other part of your body, okay, ang tawag natin doon ay mayhem or maiming. Pero kapag ang pinutol mo naman ay mga essential organ for reproduction, kunwari, betlog, di ba? pinutol mo yung betlog, then that is what we call castration. Okay? Ito pala. Castration, mutilation of the reproductive organs, maiming naman or mayhem, ito naman yung tawag kapag ka other parts ng body mo ang pinutol. Okay? So, yan, madali na lang yan sa mutilation. Lopping or cutting of the body parts. Okay? So, tatandaan nyo rin yung mutilation. Next, we have Article 263. Okay? Serious physical injuries. Okay? So, tatandaan nyo lang dito, guys, yung resulta ng ginawang pag-atake o yung ginawang violence. Okay? So, sa serious physical injury, any person daw who shall wound, okay? Who shall wound or susugatan, no? Makakasugat, okay? Who shall beat, okay? Bubugbugin or gugulpihin, no? Beat, no? Sinapak, suntok, sipa, no? Hinataw ng baseball bat, beat. Or assault another, okay? Or pag sinabing assault, atake, inatake yung isang tao. Shall be guilty of the crime of serious physical injuries. Okay. Now, para ma-qualify yan as serious physical injuries, kailangan natin i-justify yan. Okay? Paano ba nagiging serious physical injuries? Okay? If the result, okay? So, ito lang yan. No? Magiging serious physical injury no? When the injured person becomes insane, nabaliw, no? Kunwari, si A, sinong pinagsusuntok yung ulo ni B, nabaliw, no? Insane, imbecile. Okay? Dahil sa ginawa mong pagsuntok or pambubugbog, naging imbecile. Na pag sinabing imbecile, no? Ito yung mga tao na kumikilos ng hindi naayon sa edad. Okay? Imbecile. Or naging impotent dahil pinagtatadyakan mo yung betlog, no? Nabaog, di ba? Or let's say hindi na tinigasan, di ba? Impotent. Okay? Or yan, nabaog, pwede na rin yan, di ba? Magiging serious physical injuries yun. Okay? Impotent, no? Or blind, nabulag. Okay? Yeah, for example, si Badang nag-SS, no? Pinagsusuntok yung muka, di ba? Nabulag yung tao. That is serious physical injury. Okay? Another, no? When the injured person, okay, sabi diyan, shall have lost the use of speech. Okay? Dahil sa panggugulpi mo, pag-atake mo sa kanya, hindi na siya makapagsalita kasi na-damage yung Adam's apple. Okay? Or the power to hear. Okay? Nabingi, no? Or to smell. Hindi na makaamoy kasi nasira yung nasal passage, di ba? Or shall have, no? Sabi niya, shall have lost an eye. Nung pinagsusuntok mo, diba? Lumabas yung mata. Diba? Nasira yung mata. Diba? Okay? Nawala yung kamay, a hand, a foot, diba? Dahil sa ginawang pag-atake, naputol yung paa, an arm, or a leg. Okay? Or shall have lost the use of any such member. Okay? So, naputol, di ba? Nawala yung mata, naputol yung kamay, foot, no? An arm or leg, or hindi mo na magamit lahat ng mga yan. Okay? For example, buo pa naman yung mata mo pero nalabo na yung paningin mo. Okay? Buo pa yung mga kamay mo pero na-paralyze, di ba? Hindi mo na maigalaw. No? Kasi may mga naputol na ugat. A foot, okay pa naman yung foot mo, hindi na putol, pero hindi mo na maigalaw. Okay, an arm or a leg, or shall have lost the use of any such member. Okay? Or sabi dyan, shall have. Okay? Or shall have become incapacitated. Okay? For the work in which he was theretofore habitually engaged. Okay? So, sabi dyan, shall have become incapacitated. Okay? Incapacitated for work. Okay? So, pag sinabi mong incapacitated, nawalan ka na ng ability, no? Na gawin yung trabaho mo. Okay? Yan. Therefore, habitually engaged, no? You lost ability na to perform your job. Okay? So, next, yung pangatlo, sabi dyan, when the injured person, okay, when the injured person, sabi dyan, shall have, okay, shall have become deformed. Okay, deformed. Okay, so ibig sabihin ng deformed, nawala sa alignment, di ba? Nawala sa alignment. For example, pinagsusunto ko sa ilong, okay, tumabi yung ilong mo, o kaya yung tenga mo napunta rito sa baba, okay, o yung bedlog mo napunta sa dito sa mukha, no? So yun yung deformed. Okay, nawala na sa alignment, okay, nabali, etc. Okay? So deformed, ano ba ba? Deformed or shall lost, okay, or shall lost any other part of his body. Okay? Or, sabi dyan, shall have. Okay? Or, shall have lost the use thereof. Okay? Or, shall have been ill. No? Ill, ibig sabihin, sickness, di ba? Nagkasakit ka. Or incapacitated for the performance of the work, okay, in which he was habitually engaged. Sabi dyan, for a period of more than 90 days. Okay? So, ano pinagkaiba nito dun sa second, guys? Dito, walang sinabi, sa number 2, sabi dyan, incapacitated for the work. Okay? So, it means, walang sinabing oras, di ba? Walang sinabing araw. Okay? Pero, it may mean a lifetime. Okay? Pwedeng lifetime or more longer, okay, or longer than 90 days. Okay? More than 90 days or more, no? Or uh, number of years, di ba? Pwedeng number of years yan. Matagal. Okay? Pwedeng lifetime, hindi mo na magamit sa tanan ng buhay mo. Okay? Yung eye, foot, arm, leg, etc. Okay? Or, hindi mo magamit for a number of years. Pero dito sa number 3, sabi dyan, okay, incapacitated for the performance, okay, of the work in which you habitually engage for a period of 90 days. Period of more than 90 days. Okay? So, kunwari, pinaggugulpi ka, no? Etong kamay mo, dalawang kamay mo, hindi mo na magamit. Okay? Lagpas sa 90 days na. No? Yan. In which he was habitually engaged. For example, encoder ka. Okay? Encoder. Okay? Encoder ka, no? Nag-i-encode ka, nagta-type ka sa computer. Ang na-damage sa'yo, no? Napilayan ka, paa. Okay? Paa. Hindi ka makalakad. Okay? Pero, encoder ka. Kaya mo pang mag-type. Okay? So dito, hindi applicable, hindi pwedeng serious physical injury under paragraph 3. Kasi, ang na-injured sa'yo is yung paa mo, okay? Kasi sabi din sa paragraph 3, shall have been ill or incapacitated for the performance of the work in which he was habitually engaged. Okay? You are engaged in encoding using your fingers, using your arms, di ba? Ang na-injured sa'yo, paa lang. Di ba? Hindi mo naman ginagamit yung paa mo sa pagta-type or sa pag-encode. So, hindi ka pasok dito sa paragraph 3. Okay? So, kailangan incapacitated for the performance. Hindi mo magamit yung mga faculties, di ba? O yung mga senses mo na usually ginagamit mo sa trabaho. Okay? Pero for more than 90 days. More than 90 days. Okay. Pero dito, sabi diyan, when the injured person okay, sabi diyan, when the injured person no? When the injured person have caused the illness, injured person have okay, had been suffering illness or incapacity for labor of the injured person for more than 30 days. Okay? So, ito naman ang pinagkaiba, okay, suffering illness. Okay? Suffering illness or incapacity for labor. Okay? Kanina performance eh. Ito incapacity for labor. Okay? So, of the injured person for more than 30 days. Okay? So, now for example, paa mo, di ba, na-damage yung paa mo. Okay? Hindi ka makapagtrabaho, no? Hindi ka makapunta sa hindi ka makapunta sa sa trabaho mo kasi nga pilay ka, masakit yung paa mo. Di ba? Na-injury yung paa mo. Alangan na gumapang ka. Di ba? Alangan na gamitin mo yung kamay mo. Okay? So, incapacity for labor for more than 30 days. Okay? So, take note of the period. More than 30 days. Okay? So, next. Okay? So, yan. So, yan yung apat. Okay? Na mga factors para masabi mo na serious physical injuries. Okay, let's proceed with Article 264, administering injurious substances or beverages. Okay, so injurious substances, no? Pwedeng mga chemicals yan, di ba? Mga chemicals. Okay, chemicals or drugs. Okay, or beverages. Beverages, mga iniinom. Okay, the penalties established by the next preceding article shall be applicable, ayan, to any person. Okay, sabi diyan, kahit sinong tao. Any person who, without intent to kill, wala kang intention na patayin, no? Shall inflict upon another any serious physical injury. Okay? By knowingly administering to him any injurious substances or beverage. Okay? Sabi diyan, administering. No? Pag sinabing administering, ipinasok, no, introduction into the body. Injurious substance or beverages. Okay? So, pag sinabing administering to, no, na ang ibig sabihin yan, you are making or you are introducing, no, injurious chemical or substance or beverages sa loob ng katawan, no? Or by taking advantage of his weakness of mind or credulity. Okay? So, yan, physical injury din yan, no? Kaya, for example, okay, pampatulog. Okay? Nilagyan mo ng pampatulog yung inumin. So, that is injurious substance kasi pagka nasobrang kanya, pwede kang mamatay. Diba? Or by taking advantage of his weakness of mind or credulity. No? So, tinake advantage mo yung kanyang kahinaan. Diba? Ayan, weakness of mind. No? Ibig sabihin, example nito, ayan, kunwari, yung isang babae, no read, no write yan. Okay? Pinainom mo ng injurious substances. Okay? So, you took advantage of his weakness. Okay? So, next, less serious physical injury. Okay? So, dito naman, okay, ang difference niya doon sa serious physical injuries, no, is yung number of days. Okay? Sabi diyan, any person daw who shall inflict one another physical injuries which shall incapacitate the offended party for labor. Yung tipong hindi na makapagtrabaho. Okay? For 10 days or more. 10 days or more. Shall require medical attendance for the same period or shall be guilty of less serious physical injuries. Okay? Kaya nga sa PNP, kapag kami nagre-reklamo, kunwari mga physical injuries, okay, pinapa-medical muna yan o pa-medical muna kayo. Ngayon, pag sinabi ng doktor, nilagay sa medical certificate, requires 15 days of rest. Okay? 15 days ka na magpapahinga. Okay? Dahil sa injury mo. Okay? So, yung 15 days na yon, pasok yan sa less serious physical injuries. Kasi sabi niyan, incapacitate the offended party for labor. Hindi makapagtrabaho sa loob ng 10 days or more. Okay? 10 days or more, pero hindi siya lalagpas ng 30 days. Okay? Next, whenever less serious physical injury shall be inflicted, okay, with a manifest intent to insult or offend the injured person, adding ignominy to the offense, okay, dinagdagan mo yung offense, di ba? Yung paghihirap dun sa paghihirap physically ng tao. Okay? So, any less serious physical injury inflicted upon the offender's parents. Okay? Parents, ascendants, okay, guardians, curators, teachers. Okay. The deed does not constitute the crime of assault upon such person. Okay? Next. Dito tayo sa slight physical injuries and maltreatment. Slight physical injuries naman, guys, 9 days pababa. Okay? 1 to 9 days. Okay? Incapacitate the offended party for labor from 1 to 90 days. Yan lang yung tatandaan nyo sa slight physical injury. Okay? So, to wrap it up sa serious physical injury, okay, more than 30 days kapag ka incapacity for labor. Pero incapacitated for the performance of work, a period of more than 90 days. Okay? Pagka less serious physical injury naman, incapacitated for labor for 10 days or more. Pag a slight physical injury, incapacitated for labor, from 1 to 90, 1 to 9 days pa. 1 to 9 days. Okay, so we're done with crimes against person. So let's proceed now with crimes against property. Title 10. So, robbery in general. Okay. So, dito, no, pag sinabi natin robbery, sabi dyan, okay, who are guilty of robbery. Okay. So, ito, so yung Article 293, Okay, it lays down the perpetrator. Okay, sino ba yung mga guilty of the crime of robbery? Okay, pero robbery, in its legal sense, is the taking of personal property belonging to another by means of violence against or intimidation of any person or using force upon anything. Okay? Yan yung definition ng robbery. Okay? Is the taking of personal property, okay, belonging to another by means of violence against or intimidation of any person. Okay? Or using force upon anything. Okay. So dito, isa-isahin natin, no? Isa-isahin natin. So it is the unlawful pala. It is the unlawful taking, no? Pag sinabi natin robbery, it is the unlawful taking of personal property. Okay? So pag sinabi natin na guys, unlawful taking. Okay? So meaning that taking is the taking is prohibited by the law. Pinagbabawal, prohibited by the law. Okay? Question, kung may unlawful taking, meron ba tayong lawful taking? Okay. So, nagkakaroon lamang ng lawful taking. Okay. Merong lawful taking. Okay. Lawful taking of personal property. Okay. If, yan. Ano yung instance ng lawful taking? If, okay, if merong search warrant. Okay. Search warrant. Search warrant is being issued by the judge. Okay? Pag may search warrant yan, okay, automatic yan. Pwede kang mag-search and seize of property, no, na nandoon sa search warrant or naka-indicate sa search warrant. Okay? Yan yung lawful taking of personal property. Okay? Pero tanggalin natin to kasi ano lang yan, no? Pampagulo lang yan. Okay? I just want to lay down that if there is unlawful taking, then there must be lawful taking. Okay? So now, the taking is the subject of the taking is personal property. Okay? Personal property. So, pag sinabi natin personal property, ito yung mga movable things or object. Mga movable object. Yan, nagagalaw. Okay, laptop, cellphone, vibrator, dildo, ano pa ba? Sex dolls, etc. Okay? Anything na nagagalaw. Okay? Sir, meron po bang unlawful taking of real property? Okay? Yes, meron. Okay, tatalakayin natin yan dito. Okay. Usurpation naman yon. Okay, dito yun sa usurpation of real property. Okay, dito yun sa latter part. Okay, we will be discussing that. Okay, so personal property. Okay, and take note that personal property belongs to another. Kailangan pagmamay-ari ng iba yan. Otherwise, hindi yan papasok ng robbery. The personal property belongs to another. Okay? Now, if A, kunwari si A, binuksan niya, pwersahan yung bag ni B, kinuha yung cellphone. Without knowing na yung cellphone na yung pagbukas niya, andun yung mukha niya. Sa kanya pala yun. Okay, so there is no robbery there. Kasi the personal property do not belong to another person. But the personal property belongs to the offender himself. Okay? So kailangan ang personal property must belong to another. Okay? So now, the taking is by means of, no? By means of violence. Okay? Against or intimidation of person. Okay? So sa madaling salita, the taking is by means of bait. Okay? Ano yung bait? Violence against or intimidation of persons. Or, okay, or by using force upon anything. Okay? O yung FUA. Force upon thing. Or thing. Yan. Force upon things. Okay? So now, isa pa sa mga importante nga malaman natin sa Rabin, okay, is yung mga term na, okay, animus furandi at animus lucrandi. Okay? Ang animus furandi, no? Okay. So, ito yung inherent characteristic ng robbery. Okay? Ito yung intent to steal. Okay? Intent to steal. Okay? Yan. Intent to steal. Mayroon kang intention na magnakaw. Okay? Siyempre, pag na-intensyon ka na magnakaw, pag nakuha mo na yung pag nakuha mo na yung nanakawin mo na property, then there is also an intent to gain. Magkasama yan, dalawang yan. Pag may intent to steal ka, okay, meron ka rin intent to gain. Diba? Steal, nanakawin mo, then you can gain something. Okay? Ano difference niyan? Dalawa. Intent to steal, diba? Meron yung intention ka na nakawin. Okay? And intent to gain. Now, may instances na kapag meron kang intent to steal, okay, ginawa mo yun, pero wala ka namang na-gain. Diba? So, intent to steal, no, yan yung lagi nauuna. Pero kasabay niyan is yung intent to gain. No? Yan. Animus furandi and animus lucrandi. Okay. Next, doon tayo sa Okay. Article 293. Who are guilty of robbery? Sino ang pwedeng managot or maging maparusahan sa crime na robbery? Sabi dito, any person daw. Any person. Okay. Who? With intent to gain. So, any person with intent to gain, may intent to gain, shall take any personal property belonging to another. Okay? So, andun yung andito lahat yan. Okay? Any person with intent to gain, ito yung animus lucrandi, shall take any personal property belonging to another by means of violence against or intimidation of any person or using force upon anything. Okay? So, sa Article 293, okay, sinasabi dito, ang nilalaman nito, who are persons liable. Okay, sino daw yung mga persons liable? At sabi ng Revised Penal Code, any person daw. So, ibig sabihin, kahit nakamag-anak mo yan, no, pwede kang makasuhan ng robbery. Okay? And sinabi din dito sa Article 293, yung modes of committing robbery. Yung two modes of committing robbery. Okay? Dalawa lang naman yan eh. So, robbery can be committed, okay, by violence against or intimidation of persons. Okay? And pangalawa, by using force upon things. Okay. So, yan yung modes or manners of committing robbery. Okay, the bait at saka yung FUT. Okay? So, Article 293 speaks of persons liable and modes of committing robbery. Punta tayo sa section 1, robbery with violence against or intimidation of persons. Okay? So dito, persons, maliwanag naman, di ba? So, ang violence, no? Pag sinabi natin violence, no, there is direct or actual, direct or actual physical force. Eh, pwersahan mo. Kunwari, ginamitan mo ng pwersa. May cellphone yung tao, okay? Hinawakan mo yung braso, di ba? Winasiwas mong ganyan para makuha mo yung cellphone. There's robbery with violence. Okay? Against or intimidation of persons. So, ang intimidation, pwedeng threat yan. Okay? Pwedeng pananakot. Okay? So, for example, yung kamay, daliri mo, okay? Tinutok mo sa likuran ng isang tao. Hold up to. Okay. So, yung daliri mo, kahit na hindi yan totoong firearm, basta natakot, di ba? Nagkaroon ng threat or fear ang isang tao, okay? At alam niya, no, sa paniniwala niya, ay deadly weapon yan or firearm yan, di ba? O samurai yan. Okay, so there is already intimidation of persons. Okay? Okay. Now, Article 294, robbery with violence against or intimidation of persons. Anong penalty? Okay, so any person guilty of robbery with the use of violence, okay, shall suffer the penalty of reclusion perpetua to death. Wala na po tayong death, di ba? So, life imprisonment na lang. When? By reason. Okay? So, pag sinabi by reason, okay, as a result, di ba? As a result. So, dahil sa resulta ng pagnanakaw, okay, yan, or on occasion of the robbery. So, pag sinabi natin on occasion, okay, on occasion meaning ongoing pa. Ongoing yung robbery. Okay? Crime of homicide shall have been committed. Okay? Shall have been committed. Okay. So, for example, si A, B, at saka si C, they are robbing a house. Okay? Ngayon, during the course of the robbery, may nabaril silang isang tao, namatay. Okay? The crime is robbery with homicide. Okay? There is a special complex crime of robbery with homicide. Okay? What if during the course of the robbery, okay, pinainom niya ng poison? Okay? So that is a qualifying aggravating circumstance of murder. Okay? Pero sa crime of robbery, no? Basta may namatay. Okay? Basta may namatay. Ang gagamitin nating term is the generic term homicide. Okay? Robbery with homicide. Okay? So kahit anong kahit na anong special complex crime. Okay? Lalo na dyan sa robbery. Pag may namatay, regardless of the nature of the killing, okay, kahit na murder ang nangyari during, by reason, or on occasion of the robbery, murder yan. Okay? Ang isasampang kaso is robbery with homicide. Okay? Now, kung ang na-inflict naman ay physical injury, okay? Physical injury. Yan. Para maging special complex crime yan, guys. No? Kasi puro mga physical injuries yan. Okay? For robbery, robbery with physical injuries. Okay? So, robbery with physical injury. Okay? So, para maging complex crime yan, no? In order for it to be, no, special complex crime, the physical injury, okay, must be serious in nature. Okay? So, kailangan daw yung physical injury ay serious physical injury. Okay? Para masabi na robbery with physical injury yan. Pero, no, if, okay, if by reason or on occasion of the robbery, okay, less serious or slight physical injury is only inflicted, okay, there is no special complex crime, a special complex crime of robbery with physical injury. Okay? So, physical injury, yung less serious, okay, or slight physical injuries, no, is being absorbed, okay, absorbed in the crime of robbery. Okay? So, dapat para maging robbery with physical injury yan, yung physical injury daw must be serious in nature. Okay? Pero kung less serious or serious physical injury lang yan, then it is being absorbed in the crime of robbery. Okay? So next, robbery with physical injuries. Okay. Committed in uninhabited place and by a ban. Okay? So take note guys, no, itong definition ng ban. Okay? Kasi yan itatanong ko sa finals exam yan. Okay? Paano ba natin masasabi that the crime of robbery is committed by a ban? Okay? Sabi sa Article 296. Okay, Article 296, definition of a ban. Okay, so, where more than 3, ang sabi ng batas ay more than 3 armed male factors. Okay, so, kung more than 3, okay, at least 4, and sabi diyan, armed male factors. So, the offenders, okay, offenders must carry firearms, okay, or other deadly weapons. Okay. So, kapag more than 3 armed male factors yan, and they commit robbery, then that is robbery by a ban. Okay? Pero kung more than 3 personality yan, at hindi naman sila armado, then there is no crime of robbery. Or there is no robbery committed by a ban. Okay? Ito, robbery with physical injuries committed in an inhabited place. Okay? Shall have been committed in uninhabited place. Okay. So, pag sinabi natin uninhabited place, walang nakatira. Okay? Uninhabited place, walang nakatira. Okay? So, in cases, upon the leader of the band. Okay? Next higher penalty daw kapag the leader of the banda. Okay. Hindi ito yung yung banda talaga na kumakanta. Okay? Band, more than 3 armed male factors. Next, okay, 297. Attempted and frustrated robbery committed under certain circumstances. Okay. So dito, take note, no? May attempted and frustrated robbery ba? Okay, so yes. Okay, pero depende yan kung anong form. Diba? Kung anong manner of committing robbery. Balikan natin yung ito. So, violence against or intimidation of persons. Okay? Tingnan natin guys no, yung kanilang stages of commission. Violence against or intimidation of persons. Okay? So dito, no, for example, tinutukan mo ng baril. Tinutukan mo ng baril, pero hindi mo nakuha yung ninanakaw mo, then there is an attempted robbery. Okay? Now, pag tinutukan mo at nakuha mo yung ninakaw mo, then that is already consummated. Okay? Consummated robbery na yan. Okay? So, ibig sabihin that taking is complete. Okay? Upon possessing the thing stolen. Okay? Nung nakuha mo na yung item na stolen, na nakuha mo, or ninakaw mo, then that is already consummated. Okay? So, hindi mo na pwedeng ibalik yan kasi there is no frustrated robbery by violence against or intimidation of person. Okay? Nakuha? Now, dito sa robbery by using force upon things. Okay? So, dito, okay, for example, binubuksan mo yung pintuan using pick locks, di ba? Attempted na yun eh. Okay? Kasi yung paggamit ng pick locks, that's already punishable. Okay? Attempted na robbery. Ngayon, nakapasok ka na sa bahay, kinuha mo yung laptop. Okay? So habang papalabas ka, nakita ka ng may-ari, binitawan mo yung laptop. That is frustrated robbery. Ngayon, pumasok ka sa pintuan gamit yung pick locks, kumuha ka ng laptop, tapos inilabas mo, okay, doon sa bahay, then that is consummated robbery. Okay? So, dito naman sa robbery by using force upon things, the taking is complete. Okay? When the property, okay, when the property is taken off taken off the house or a building. Okay, basta na ilabas mo na yung property, then that is already consummated robbery. Okay, next. Okay, execution of deeds by means of violence or intimidation. So ito, simple lang naman ito, no? Okay, any person daw who with intent to defraud another, no, para gulangan yung ibang tao, by means of violence or intimidation, shall compel him to sign. Okay, pinilit ka, no? Pinilit yung isang tao na pirmahan, pinilit yung isang tao na gumawa ng public instrument or document, or pinilit yung isang tao na mag-deliver ng any public instrument or document. Okay? Shall be guilty of robbery and punish, okay, under Article 298. Okay? So next, robbery by the use of force upon things. So dito naman, force upon things. Okay? So pag sinabi po natin use of force upon things, you should take note na yung upon things na tinutukoy dito, okay, the offender must enter an enclosed passage. Okay? So, kailangan daw, yung force upon things na yon ay ginagamit mo para makapasok ka doon sa enclosed passage. Okay? Using force upon things. Now, for example, pinuwersa mong buksan yung doorknob para makapasok ka sa loob. And that is use of force upon things. Okay? Gumamit ka ng pick locks, that is use of force upon things. Okay? Basta gumamit ka ng puwersa sa isang bagay para makapasok ka, that is robbery by the use of force upon things. Okay? Article 299, robbery in an inhabited house. So, pag sinabi natin inhabited house, may nakatira sa dwelling. hindi pa nababakante. Or, inhabited house din kapag okay, merong nagmamay-ari ng bahay na yan, pero for the meantime, umalis sila, pumunta sila ng SM. Okay? Yung bahay na yan ay kino-consider as inhabited house. Okay? Kasi may nakatira. Or public building or edifice devoted to worship. Sabi dyan, any armed person who committed robbery in an inhabited house or public building devoted to worship shall be punished by prison mayor. Okay. Article 299 yan, ha? Okay, so now, the main factors shall enter the house or building in which the robbery was committed by any of the following means. No? Ito yung manner of entering. A manner of entering a house or building to be stolen. Okay. So, what are the manner of entering the house? Okay. Robbery using force upon things if, okay, number 1, through an opening not intended for entrance or egress. Okay, so maliwanag po, through an opening. Pumasok ka sa isang opening na hindi naman intended for entrance or egress. So pag sinabi nating egress, it means exit. Ang entrance, yan, entrance. Okay? Next, by breaking wall. No? Ito, example number 1, dumaan ka sa bintana. Okay? Kahit sabihin mong nakabukas ang bintana, basta pumasok ka dyan at may kinuha kang gamit, okay, lumabas ka rin sa bintana, that is robbery using force upon things. Okay? Gumamit ka ng force upon things as a means of entry. Okay? Pero dito, yan, sa number 1, okay, pagbukas yung bintana, no? Pumasok ka dun sa bintana, okay, that is not intended for entrance or egress. No? Okay, so magiging force upon things yan. In the eyes of the law, okay, kahit na hindi mo ginamitan ng literal na puwersa yung isang bagay, for as long as, no? For as long as yung pinasok mo na opening ay hindi made for entrance or egress. By breaking any wall, roof, or floor, or breaking any door or window, breaking, ibig sabihin, ginamitan mo ng puwersa. Okay? Or using false keys, picklocks, or similar tools. Okay? So, dito guys, pag sinabi natin false keys, okay, ang false keys, ito ay genuine key. Genuine key, genuine keys stolen from the owner of, no, owner of the house. Okay? False key yan. Picklocks naman, ito naman yung ano, no, ito naman yung mga other equipments or other tools, no, to open, no, the door, okay, or house or a building. Okay? Yung mga false keys, picklocks. Picklocks yung mga alambre, etc. Okay. So next, by using any fictitious name. Okay, nagsalita ka, ako si PSSG Alhambra. Okay, andito ako para mag-search and seizure. Ito po, meron akong warrant to search warrant. Okay, so ayan po. Next, the robbery be committed under any of the following circumstances. Okay, so ganun pa rin by breaking of doors. Okay, ito, breaking of doors, wardrobe, chest, or any lock, okay, or sealed furniture. Okay, 2, by taking such furniture or objects away to be broken or forced open outside the place of the robbery. Okay? So, merong nakalak na furniture dyan or objects. No? Hindi mo muna binuksan yung laman. Kunwari, may ano dyan, karton. Okay? Or ayan, karton na nakasil. Tinanggal mo doon. Diba? Dinala mo sa labas. And you open it outside the robbery. Okay, then that is robbery with force of violence. Next is, when the offenders do not carry arms, walang armas, and the value of property taken exceeds 250 pesos, the penalty next lower in degree shall be imposed. Okay? Okay. So this is ano muna, this is all for for today's video lecture. Okay? So next time we will be finishing next meeting we will be finishing title 10. Okay? Crimes against property. Okay? Thank you guys.